There are certain documents necessary when buying landed properties in Nigeria. These are called land documents. So today on Realtors Connect, we will be looking at another interesting topic, which is land documentation. What does it mean? What does land documentation mean? How can one acquire land documentation? Is it possible for one to have a landed property without a proper documentation? What are the importance of documentation to land? This and many more will be coming your way onto this program, Realtors Connect, where we connect with the people, with the real estate professionals and the people in the built environment. Today's program is being powered by Elusha Property and Investments Limited. Who is my guest? Please stay connected with us as we take a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, it's Realtors Connect. I told you earlier on, before we went on a short break, that this is the only program on Operatune TV where we connect with the people in the real estate world. Not just anyhow people, the professionals. Yes. So if you're thinking of acquiring a land, and if you're thinking of becoming a landlord someday, please stay glued to Operatune TV on Realtors Connect this afternoon, as we will be taking you on a long ride. Whether you want to buy from the professionals or whether you want to buy from Omo Onile, there are some certain informations you need to know before acquiring a land. My guest this morning on Realtors Connect is Mrs. Mayowa Ogidi. She's the General Manager of Elusha Properties and Investment Limited. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
You look so beautiful.
Thank you.
How have you been?
Very well, thank you.
You're just there doing your thing, jejely, and eating your money and preparing all the land.
What do we do?
All right, let's look at some land documentation. That's our talking point today on Realtors Connect. Land documentation in Nigeria. What does it mean? How can we acquire land documentation? And what are the importance of land documentations to landed properties? All right, let's go. Let's hear you. Land documentation, what does it mean?
Well, land documentation is a very big word that we believe that everybody needs to be aware of. You know, acquiring land in Nigeria is a very good investment that we preach and tell people that you need to do. But acquiring it is not enough than you knowing the documents and the titles in these properties. There are different land titles that you need to be aware of that so many people do not even know. Some people are on their present land, they don't even know if the land has a registered survey or the land is sitting on a government acquisition. But we are here to tell you that there are different land titles and there are implications to all these titles if you don't have them. Let's start with payment receipt. Firstly, payment receipt is like you getting, let's say for instance, a kettle from the market or from a store, and you don't have a receipt showing that you, Mr. X, own this kettle. It's the same thing as a land property. Some people do not even have a receipt of that property that they own. Because tomorrow somebody else can wake up and tell you that this property belongs to me. But when you don't acquire the payment receipt showing the amount you own the property, showing the dates, the signatories to this transfer of ownership, you know, there are so many implications starting from that receipt. You are cooking up problems for yourself.
In other words, what you're trying to say now is if once you acquire or you pay for a land, the onus is on you to get a receipt.
You must get a receipt, a payment receipt.
Payment receipt.
Payment receipt that so person is receiving.
On this day, I bought so thing, this so property, and this is the receipt.
Yes.
Oh, that is very important.
Very, very important.
Just an ordinary receipt?
It's not an ordinary receipt. It's not that is the foundation of you owning the property.
You know, sometimes when you ask people that where is the receipt for this land, they will say, I bought it from my friend. He didn't give me the receipt. He just gave me one small paper. But how important is this receipt to land?
It's very important to land because the person you are acquiring the property from as relatives, as children, that their mother could have told them at a time that I own a property at so place. But because he or she has gone behind you as a child to sell or even gift the person the property, and you don't know. So tomorrow when you wake up and you see the receipt somewhere, you are having this confidence that you own a property somewhere. But with this receipt, it is showing that there is a transfer of ownership between so person and the next person. So land payment receipt is very, very key and important.
What other documents are there that is important?
We have the deed of assignment. This is a legally binding document that the property has to be registered legally at the court, that there is a transfer of ownership between X and Y. If this is not done, you are cooking up bit by bit, gradually. You are starting a case on that property. So after you've acquired the property, you've gotten your payment receipt, take a step further, get a deed of assignment, let it be legally binding.
Why is it that for assignments interesting to own?
Deed of assignment is very interesting to own, you know, because it shows the date, it shows the amount, it shows the stamp and seal of the law firm, it shows the date the document has been lodged into the court, so that tomorrow if there is a matter arising on
who gives deed of assignment?
Is a law firm.
Okay, a lawyer.
Yes, a lawyer.
Which means if you're buying from a firm, from a real estate firm, a lawyer is expected to do that for you.
Yes, a barrister is meant to stamp it.
That's
and
on
sign.
Another cost.
Yeah, it is. That is why it's very important that all our people, everybody needs to be aware, so that, you know, tomorrow nobody will bamboozle you with anything, but you have a knowledge, you have a pre-knowledge of what you are doing, so nobody will come tomorrow and lie to you or give you a story,
give you false information.
Exactly.
Aside from the repayment of receipts and deed of assignments, which other, because most times when people want to buy land or they want to buy properties, you hear words like does it have a CFO? That's the only thing we understand, that CFO. Well, it doesn't have CFO, it only have receipt. You know, some will say if it doesn't have CFO, I cannot buy that property. Why is this so?
Yes, CFO is a very big word, popularly called CFO, but in full it's called Certificate of Occupancy.
Occupancy.
Yes, it means that this document, it is only the governor of the particular state that can issue out this particular document. And it can only be issued out to one particular person. That is, if you are the one that owns the C of O, on that particular property, I cannot go back and acquire that C of O again. And the funniest part is, so many people do not know that C of O expires. It has to be renewed. After 99 years, you have to go back and renew it, because all land belong to the government.
After 99 years,
you renew the property.
Interesting.
Another, for instance, someone wants to sell out his property and it has a C of O. He has used the property for 80 years and he wants to sell out to the person that wants to buy. But fortunately, the person had to come to the office, because we run a consultancy firm so that we advise people before they dive into whatever they want to dive into. Okay, how many years has this person been using this property? How long has this certificate been in use? And we discovered it's 80 years.
80 years?
Yeah, so that means the person has only 20 years to use the property. So after 20 years, you have to start all over to.
If it is 80 years, it is 10 years that the person
has 10 years to renew the document. So what if you don't have, and to acquire a property with the C of O, it takes a lot of money.
Wow.
So that means the person will need to spend a lot of money to acquire that C of O. So C of O is very, very important, and it is one major document that you don't play with. Okay. Once you've been issued a C of O, the next person acquiring that property from you will get a governor's consent. You can't get a C of O on a property twice. So there are so many land titles to properties.
There are so many land titles to properties. Yes, our talking point this afternoon is land documentation in Nigeria. Today's program is powered by Iloshe Properties and Investments Limited, and joining me at the studio I have the general manager of Iloshe Property, who has been doing justice to our talking points today. What are the other documents that is needed before acquiring a landed property? This and many more will come your way after this short break. Stay, please.
Now David Jones do the bit.
Let them say how they wanna say. I'll be who I wanna be. Let them say how they wanna say. Ọlọ́run bẹ̀rẹ̀ mi. Mo máa dolówó, ojú ló pẹ́ sí. Má ṣe rèmi lọ́lẹ̀ because we give me nutrition. Ìjẹ́ kan máa dúró, flying overseas. And my success will be where your two eyes can see. You dey laugh me when I dirty and you say you be my paddy. Don't worry, I go invite you come my party. A friend cannot say wetin go kill your hope. This time you go help wash your dirty with a soap. Let them say how they wanna say. I'll be who I wanna be. Let them say how they wanna say. Ọlọ́run bẹ̀rẹ̀ mi. Let them say how they wanna say. I'll be who I wanna be. Let them say how they wanna say. Ọlọ́run bẹ̀rẹ̀ mi. Bàbá mi ẹ̀ máa jẹun ọmọ, ìyá mi ẹ̀ máa jẹun ọmọ. Nítorí wípé ẹ̀yin nígi lẹ́yìn ọgbà mi. Bàbá mi ẹ̀ máa jẹun ọmọ, ìyá mi ẹ̀ máa jẹun ọmọ. Nítorí wípé ẹ̀yin nígi lẹ́yìn ọgbà mi. Ìgbàgbọ́ mi, ìrísí mi, òun ló ń tì mí lẹ́yìn. Orin afẹ́rẹ́ mo ń jẹ́ o, òun ló ń tì mí lẹ́yìn. Ìgbàgbọ́ mi, ìrísí mi, òun ló ń tì mí lẹ́yìn. Orin afẹ́rẹ́ mo ń jẹ́ o, òun ló ń tì mí lẹ́yìn. Let them say how they wanna say. I'll be who I wanna be. Let them say how they wanna say. Ọlọ́run bẹ̀rẹ̀ mi. Let them say how they wanna say.
All right, the whole essence of putting up this program is to educate and sensitize the public on the need to have some vital information before going into landed property or before acquiring landed properties, whether you want to buy a house, whether you want to buy a ready-made house, or whether you want to buy a land, whether from an omonile or from the real estate professionals themselves. There is just this need for you to do your due diligence, and when you do your due diligence, it will not make you lose your hard-earned money to 419ers. That's the whole essence of this program, Realtors Connect, and this is how it will be coming your way every Tuesdays from 2:15 till it's just an hour program. So this particular program is powered by Iloshe Properties and Investment Limited. I'm sure you're expecting to find maybe a TVC, that's a television commercial that has to do with this real estate firm. It was powered today's program. But don't worry, you will get to find out more about Iloshe Properties and Investment Limited. And our talking point this afternoon is land documentation in Nigeria. And the general manager, in person of Mrs. Mayowa Ogidi, who has reeled out some of the things. She only gave us 3 different landed documents that we needed to know. That's deed of assignment and payment of receipt and C of O, certificate of occupancy. Now, she said before we went on a short break that there are several landed documents that we need to know. So she will let us know more and how you can also acquire land from Iloshe Properties from today's program. Yes, Madam Mayowa, you said there are several other documents apart from the other ones you've mentioned, the 3 you've listed. What other documents are there?
There is also another one called registered survey.
Registered survey.
Yes.
Okay.
This is showing the position of a property. It's showing the beacons, the pillars, if the land is slopey, if it's a curved property.
What did you say it is registered?
Registered survey.
Okay.
This is done by the Surveyor General of a particular state.
All right.
Let's say for Lagos State, for instance.
All right.
You know, and this document is also very important. I'm laying the emphasis on all these documents because you can't boycott one for
and
another.
go for another.
Yes, you know, you have to follow everything to the latter so that all of these documents would make you be at rest that yes, truly, I own a property of my own. So another one is acquisition.
Land acquisition.
Yes, acquisition.
Owned by
Land
government.
acquisition
What does that mean?
is a very dangerous business to deal in. It's very dangerous because this land acquisition is, so many people don't know that their property is sitting on a land acquisition. That is, this property or this particular properties is owned by the government. That is, let's say for instance, this X area is meant for agriculture and Omonile sells it to you and you built on it for residential. Already, just have it at the back of your mind that such land, you can't rectify it, you can't buy back. The government would come back one day to tell you to leave that place. So that particular area, such as power line, agriculture, and the likes, they are not a good
Now,
business
the question,
deal.
when I hear people go to buy land from Omonile, the question I want to ask, and after building, they will buy, do all the necessary things. After building, they will now realize that it's a government acquired land, that you cannot, the land is sitting on acquisition.
Yes.
Is it that the Omoniles, they don't know, or they're just eager to make money off one?
the name has already mentioned itself. Omonile. You know, Omonile, they do everything to get money because it's their ancestral property.
They feel so.
Yes, they believe it is our own. We can do anything we like with it. But the implication is already on people buying from them. Because when they hear money, they'll tell you, we own the place now. Obviously, we can't sell you what does not belong to us. And having that at the back of your mind, you are rest assured that, yes, I own a land with Omonile. They cannot do anything for me. But truly, they know, some of them know, that this property cannot be sold. by them. Although there are some properties too that are acquisition, but the government has released it back to them as your money.
Okay, that government has relinquished
yes,
it to
the
them.
property back to them. It's called excision.
Excision.
Yes, that is this piece of land. The government belongs to X before. The government took it from them, and after some time, the government felt like, okay, since we are not using this property, let's give it back to these people. It's called an excision. So that means that portion has been released back to them. So the documents on
released
that,
to the original
owner.
Okay.
So that the document binding on that property is called gazette. That is already documented with them that this property has been relinquished back to these people. So it's safe to buy. It's safe to build.
Okay.
Yes, you can do whatever. So the title document on that particular property is called gazette. So we have different types of acquisition. We have the freehold, we have committed acquisition, and we have excision. So excision is still better off to buy because there is a binding document. With gazette, you can take a step further to get your C of O.
Wow.
Yes, you can get your C of O with gazette.
So if you have a gazette, you can get a C of O.
Yes. You can get a C of O. You don't have any problem to fear. You don't have any reason to fear on that property. But if you are buying a property, make your own research. Do a due diligence on the property. Don't say because X is selling the property to me, I can just throw out the money. As you throw out the money, you are throwing yourself to court case, because the person that owns the land originally cannot just leave you to take the land from him or her. So do your due diligence. Make sure that the land is free from government encumbrances. Make sure it's not sitting on any acquisition or monile wahala, because those are the things that easily give people fear of owning properties.
Now let's come back to your own real estate firm, which is Iloshe Property and Investments Limited. What are the first steps that one should take before acquiring land from Iloshe Properties?
Number one step is, I believe, before you come to us to acquire properties, you already know the company.
Okay.
Trust is very important, and we've been in this business for a very long time that there have been no cases of you not getting your land, or there is this popular language that is called audio land.
Which one is audio?
There is nothing like audio land. There is
audio
you just
land.
say the word by mouth.
Audio land.
Yes,
wow.
There is audio land. It's very easy to say I own a land, I own a property.
Where are your properties?
Can we see physically?
Are there visible things that we can see?
We don't have audio land. We have a land that is sitting in Lagos, in Ogun State, and in Abuja.
Now run us through some of these places you have your land.
Yeah, I would say let's start with Ekpe. Ekpe is the new Lagos. Ekpe is the new city. People are rushing to Ekpe. In fact, recently Lagos State just signed the Lagos Ekpe road to the contractor. So it's really making Ekpe a new Lagos. And so many activities are going on in Ekpe that, in fact, after some time, you really do not need to come to the mainland, because every amenities that you need will be sitting with you on Ekpe. So we have Ekpe, we have Ibejuleki, we have Magboro, which is Ogun State, we have Mokoloki, we have Ikola, we have Shongotedo, and we have so many of them. To mention a few, that is one I'm trying to let you know. But all our properties are very genuine.
What steps should one take? You
come to the office, let us meet you. There are different payment plans for people.
Okay, is there jete by jete, instrumental payment?
Yeah, there is, because all fingers are not equal. We have the lower class, middle class, and we have the upper class. So all these categories, we have a payment plan for them that will be convenient for them, because it's one thing to start a property, another thing for you to start struggling. Life daily needs could affect some of our wants. that won't allow. So many people would really, from distance, want to acquire a property, but at the end of the day, they hear you're going to pay so amount of £1,000, you know, it will water their mind. They would want to go for that. But with us, we have a flexible payment plan that you won't need to tear your pockets.
Flexible payment plan.
Yes.
How flexible payment plan? How flexible are your payment plans?
The land is not cheap,
Of
but
course.
it's flexible.
Yes, now to get a land is not
Yes,
it's not money now.
It's not cheap, but I can beat my chest to tell you that Illusion Properties is very flexible. It's very affordable.
With our payment plan.
With our payment plan. We have 6-month payment plan. We have 12 months.
Okay.
You know, as you come with your plan, let us work with your plan so that both parties will be at peace.
Okay. What are the ways? I want us to talk about Illusion Property. Because a lot of people are falling victims of 419ers in this real estate business. Some will tell you we have properties all over Nigeria. Some have lost as much as 200 million, 150 million, 100 million, 90 million, 80 million, to the extent that they've gone to court and they're still in court.
Yes.
Now, with Illusion Properties, I want you to tell me how you operate on a day-to-day activities. How do people patronize you? What are you guys doing in order to ensure that people do not lose their hard-earned money?
This is a very big question, and sometimes it's really a thing of pain. Let me say that when you hear people acquiring property and at the end of the day they don't get to use it, because this money we are talking about is not easy to come by, you know. But with Illusion Properties and Investment Limited, in fact, we have a lot of people in diaspora that have not even been in Nigeria.
Oh.
But they contact us. Okay, I want to trust you. I don't want to trust my sister. I don't believe my brother, but I believe you. I know you are going to deliver. And you know, all these testimonies makes us to not to disappoint them.
All right.
Because it's not easy to be in the cold to make money, pay for the property, and at the end of the day, it comes with a different story. But with us here, I would tell you that once you contact us, we make sure that we follow the process to the latter. We send you evidence of everything. We send you evidence of, okay, this is how the estate looks like. This is newly acquired. This is what you see is what you get.
Okay.
You get your payment receipts. If you are not in Nigeria, we send it down to you.
Soft copy?
We send a soft copy, a signed soft copy.
All right.
Yes. We send you that. We send you the other document, the survey, and everything that comes with the land. And even if you want us to still keep the documents with us, it is safe till whichever time you are ready to come. And for those of us that are together with us, we are seeing ourselves eyeball to eyeball. It is very easy. Just come down to the office. Let us have a discussion. We would make sure that we earn your trust, because it takes a lot of hard work before you can earn a total stranger. But we are not a stranger in this business, because there have never been any issue of us not delivering just the way you expected.
What is the most expensive out of all your properties?
All our properties are expensive, but they are
affordable.
not affordable. Is not.
Or should I just rephrase my question? How affordable are your properties?
Let me start with the most affordable one is Mokoloki, 800,000.
800,000.
We have the one of 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, 15 million.
Now run us through that of 15 million.
The one of 15 million.
Where is the location?
Ikola Command at Ipaja.
Wow, Ikola Command.
Yes.
At Ipaja.
Ipaja.
Do we still have land there?
we have a lot.
Ikola Command is a well-developed and well-structured environment.
Yes.
Are there still land there?
Of course, yes. When you come, we take you on the site inspection. You see it yourself.
Wow.
We have Ibejuleki, we have Ekpe, 5 million, you know,
Which is 5 million.
which is 5 million,
Okay.
which I believe that I would want everyone to own a piece of Lagos, because Lagos is somewhere that everybody wants to come to Lagos.
Of course.
Everybody wants to own a
This
property.
is where it's happening.
Yes, everybody wants to own a
If you
property in
own a
Lagos.
business all over Nigeria and you are not in Lagos, that business cannot thrive the way you want.
So it's the same thing as owning a property, in
Oh,
Lagos, whether
no.
commercial or residential.
But Lagos, don't you think Lagos is congested?
Well, it's congested, but at the same time, it's interesting. It's a good place to live. It's a good place to own your business. It's because is there any better place you can own a business outside Lagos? Is there any other place you want to live outside Lagos? All these amenities, the beach, the churches, the schools, the security.
Oh no!
No. It has to be Lagos.
All right, so viewers, where exactly is Ilusha Property and Investments Limited situated? What are their contact numbers? When we return from this breaker, we'll take it up from there. Stay, please.
Kájú ẹ̀, báwo kájú lù, yíya ló ya, kájú ẹ̀. Èkó, àrùn mi sálẹ̀ gbẹlẹgbẹ. Ìlú tí bàbá gbé kalẹ̀ sórí omi, alágbálúgbú omi òkun, alágbálúgbú omi ọ̀sà. Haúsá débẹ̀ ó rí ṣe, Ìgbò débẹ̀ ó rí ṣe, Yorùbá débẹ̀ wọ́n jẹ lọ. Àwọn foreigners lóríṣiríṣi wọ́n débẹ̀ wọ́n rí ṣe. This is my Lagos. This is my Lagos. This is my Lagos. This is my Lagos. Ẹyẹ máa sọ pé Èkó Èkó ló ń gbé. Ẹyẹ máa sọ pé Èkó Èkó ló ń gbé. United States of Nigeria ṣáni Lagos ṣe ráyé. Ìràwọ̀ Èkó kò ní wọ̀ lókun o. Òṣùpá ẹ̀ kò ní wọ̀ láàdì. Ìbà Ọlọ́run ọba ìbà ènìyàn. Ọba Olúwa máa ṣe lèkó jẹ́ fún wa o. This is my Lagos.
This is my Lagos. If I carry you go Banana Island, this is my Lagos. Anyway, if you're just joining us, it's Realtors Connect. Yes, and we have a realtor at the studio on the program. She is a general manager of Ilusha Properties and Investments Limited. If you are just joining us, you have not missed so much. You haven't missed so much because we have not even given out the names, the numbers, the contact, and the address. So you haven't missed so much, and this is the integral part of the program as well. Land documentation in Nigeria is what we are looking at. So if you acquire a land, if you think you acquire a land, you have paid for a land, and you don't have a proper documentation, you're on your own. If you acquire a land, they must give you a receipt of payment, and after that receipt, you must have deed of assignment. After that, you can also have C of O. They said that one. The GM told me, the GM of Ilusha Property mentioned to us that it's extremely expensive to acquire a C of O because that is that space is actually owned by the government, so it's expensive to acquire it. But if you have your payment of receipts, receipt of payment, you must have it when you have acquired a landed property from anyone. Don't let them tell you stories. Don't let them say, come and sign here. 5 million naira received by me from Taye Akipelu. No way. They must give you a receipt, because receipt is an integral part of land documentation. So now I'm going to go back to the general manager of Iloshe Properties. That's Mayowa or Ogidi. Yes, Mayowa. Speaking of Iloshe Properties and Investment Limited, where are you located? Because somebody somewhere, someone is in Benue watching, someone is in Abuja watching, someone in somewhere all over Nigeria watching Operatune TV, and they want to find out, where is your location? Where are you located in Lagos State?
Ilosha Properties and Investments Limited is located at 283 Ipaja Road, opposite NYC Camp, Lagos.
Okay.
Yes, and we open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yes.
All right. Can you please repeat that number, your contact address?
080.
No, the address.
Okay,
address
the
of
address.
your office.
283 Ipaja Road,
Okay.
opposite NYC Camp, Yanopaja, Lagos.
All right. How about the numbers? Take your time, please.
080 23 99 73 50. 080 23 99 73 50. That's the number to call.
That's the only number to call.
Or 090
090
yes 17
17
17 17
090 17 17
17
another 17
yes 11.
11. Wow, this is an interesting number. 0901 17 17 17 11, and another one is 0802 399 7375. 080 okay 50.
Yes, please.
0802 399 7350. 0802 399 7350 is the number to call if you want to do business with Iloshe Properties and Investments Limited. Don't forget that we mentioned to you that Realtors Connect is powered by Iloshe Properties and Investment Limited. This is the way it will be coming to you every Tuesday from 2:15 to 3:15 Tuesdays on Operatune TV. On Realtors Connect, we will be connecting you with the people that matters in the real estate world. And once we do this for you, it will enable you to understand better what it means, what you need to know, the vital information to know before investing in landed properties. Now, you mentioned to us that there are several other documents. You've mentioned Gazette. You mentioned why it is not good to acquire land without doing due diligence, land acquisition. You mentioned that. You mentioned registered survey. And apart from all of this, which other one is integral?
We have freehold.
Freehold.
Yes, that's one. It's very good. It shows that the property is okay to use.
Okay.
In the sense that government do not have any interest on that particular place. So that is also a document.
Freehold.
Yes. Did I mention registered survey too? Yes.
Registered. You did.
Yes.
You did.
So those are practically the documents that are required.
Okay.
To
somebody is watching. Thank you, MCR. Somebody is watching and they are interested. They want to visit. They want to know. What is the first thing you give to your clients once they acquire land from Ilusha Property and Investment?
We give you payment receipt, then we give you a contract of sales. Then afterwards,
Contract of sales.
Yes, contract of sales.
What does that
It's a
mean?
binding document between the company and the buyer.
Okay.
Yes, it is a binding document before you take a step further to get your deed of assignment. So those are the acknowledgement receipts. You know, when we accept your payment, we give you a receipt. We give you an acknowledgement that yes, we received your payment.
Okay.
We give you our words, we give you our trust. We let you know that you can never regret banking with us.
Okay,
you know.
or doing business with you.
Yes, you can never regret. So those are the first 3 documents we
Okay.
give you once you acquire a property from us.
All right.
Then we go further to give you your deed of assignment. We give you your registered survey. You know, we already acquired the property. We have a global C of O on all the land. So we give you a copy of the C of O. Then you go further to get your governor's consent.
Okay.
Yeah, like I earlier said that C of O can only be issued once. C of O can only be issued once. So because we can't give you the same C of O, is of no use. We just give you a copy of that. Then you go further to get the governor's consent. That yes, this property has been transferred from Ilusha to Taya Kimpelu. And that settles it.
Oh, that's interesting. How about land itself? Land, when do you release the land?
Yes, we release the land when all this documentation has been perfected.
Oh,
you know, because when we give you the payment receipt, it still hasn't shown that you own the land. You still have to get a deed of assignment.
Have I not paid?
You've paid, but it has to be legally binding. We need to register this document in the court that yes, we've partially released this property to this person. It has to be binding. All these documents are very, very important. Then we allocate. That is called allocation.
Allocation of land.
We take you to the place. We take you to the property.
How regular do you do allocation of land?
We allocate.
Is it immediate as soon as one finished payment?
Once the payment has been confirmed, we take you to the place. We give you, and it's called instant allocation.
Oh.
That is, so long as we can confirm your payments, we give you an instant allocation. The land has already been laid out by plot. We take you there. The available ones, we take you there. You give you the allocation. We give you the land. You take a physical possession of the property. Then you do the necessary things you want to do on the land. Whether you want to do your fencing, you want to start building on it, or you just want to do the corner piece to indicate that this is my property.
Sometimes when we talk about land documentation in Nigeria, there are several hidden charges, you know. I don't know. That is the way it is done. You didn't mention it. It's not mentioned here. What are the hidden charges?
We don't have hidden charges.
Really?
Yes. We don't have any hidden charges because there is nothing like hidden charges. If it's hidden, that means that there is a form of lies.
Wow.
In it, so.
Hey, when they say hidden charges, after buying land, after acquiring the land, then they'll now tell me, oh, there is going to be so amount of money to pay. Okay, that will be mentioned next week. Because
all right, thank you.
Oh my goodness, I wish we could just continue on Realtors Connect with my general manager seated here with me at the studio, Mayowa Ogidi. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One word and we call it a day.
Yes.
In
the
few
one
seconds.
word I'm going to leave you with is you don't need to tear your pocket before you own a property. Ilusha Properties, we are here for you.
Okay, Ilusha Property, we are here for you. On that note, we want to say a very big thank you to Ilusha Properties and Investments Limited for counting Operatune worthy to do business with. And I want to believe that, like the Yorubas used to say, eléyìí ti bọ́jà, àbí kò ń ṣàkópa àjẹ́. Thank you very much, Mayowa, for obliging us your presence on Realtors Connect this day. We will come your way next week, God willing. And what we discuss today is land documentation in Nigeria. I hope we met your expectation. Yours sincerely, Taye Akikpelu. I'll see you next week, same time, same station, Operatune TV. Keep it locked right here.
Oyinbo, Ekolowa Oyinbo, Oyinbo, why you speaking Oyinbo? Oyinbo, you dey Lagos Oyinbo. If I carry you go banana, my guy, you go love Lagos. If I carry you go to Elegushi, you go love Lagos. If I carry you go Niru, my guy, you go love Lagos. Sepe see the police, Governor Ambode Kofoshi, helicopter low for looking. You cannot deny, you no see. Fada kérésì làwọn tèmi ṣá, ọmọ wọn kérésì wọlé bá. Kó dùn kó pọ̀ kó pẹ́ làwọn tèmi ṣá, ìtẹ̀síwájú Èkó làwọn tèmi wá. E never finish, ọlọ́pàá don get new motor. E never finish, èyí tẹ̀rí yẹ ó ti pọ̀ tó. Oyinbo, Èkó ló wá Oyinbo, Oyinbo, why you speaking Oyinbo? Oyinbo, you dey Lagos Oyinbo. If I carry you go Ikeja, my guy, you go love Lagos yo. If I carry you go Badagry, my guy, you go love Lagos yo. If I carry you go to Lagos Island, you go love Lagos yo. Ele jamo, ele tiko, ele bàjẹ́ náà. Central of excellence lẹ́wà in case you don't know. Mi jayé, mi malé, mi jayé, mi bẹ́lẹ̀, mi jayé. Káàkiri tó bá sún mi máa lọlé. Riding through my city, hustle in my city, made it in my city. God bless my city. Oyinbo, Ekolowa Oyinbo, Oyinbo, why you speaking Oyinbo? Oyinbo, you dey Lagos Oyinbo. If I carry you go Korodu, my guy, you go love Lagos yo. If I carry you go to Ekpe, my guy, you go love Lagos yo. If I carry you go BGC, my guy, you go love Lagos. Sepe see the police, Governor Ambode Kofoshi, helicopter low for looking. You cannot deny, you don't see. Sepe see the police, Governor Ambode Kofoshi, helicopter low for looking. You cannot deny, you don't see.